As the sun began to set on the small town of Willow Creek, a group of children were exploring the woods near their neighborhood. They had spent the day playing in the park and were now venturing into the woods, searching for adventure. The group consisted of 5 friends: Alex, Emma, Jack, Sarah, and Ben. They were all around 12 years old and had grown up together. As they made their way deeper into the woods, they stumbled upon a small clearing. In the center of the clearing was a body. The children froze, unsure of what to do. They had never seen a dead body before, and the sight was both fascinating and terrifying. Alex, who was always the curious one, cautiously approached the body. The others followed, their hearts racing with anticipation. As they got closer, they saw that it was a man. He was dressed in a suit and tie, and his eyes were closed. Emma, who was always the most empathetic, felt a pang of sadness. "Who do you think he is?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The others shook their heads. They had no idea. They looked around the clearing, hoping to find some clues, but there was nothing. Ben, who was always the most practical, suggested that they go get help. "We should tell a grown-up," he said. The others nodded in agreement. They carefully made their way back through the woods, not wanting to disturb the body. When they emerged from the woods, they ran to the nearest house and told the owner, Mrs. Johnson, what they had found. Mrs. Johnson immediately called the police, and soon the woods were filled with officers and paramedics. The children watched from a distance as the authorities worked to identify the body and determine the cause of death. As the night wore on, the children couldn't stop thinking about what they had seen. They were all shaken by the experience, but they were also grateful that they had been together. They knew that they would never forget this day, and they were grateful for the support of each other. The next day, the police revealed that the body was that of a local businessman who had been missing for several days. The cause of death was determined to be a heart attack. The children were relieved that the mystery had been solved, but they were also left with a newfound appreciation for life. They realized that death was a part of life, and that it could happen to anyone at any time. As they walked home from school that day, they were quiet, each lost in their own thoughts. But as they approached their neighborhood, they began to talk again, sharing their thoughts and feelings about what they had experienced. And as they laughed and joked together, they knew that their friendship was stronger than ever, and that they would always be there for each other, no matter what.